Turning to federal politics, a Liberal caucus meeting has been set for this coming Wednesday as the party prepares for non-confidence motions promised by the Conservatives. This comes as calls continue to mount for Prime Minister Justin Trudeau to step down. I'm joined now by political analyst Stefan Dolgert. Stefan, is there any chance Justin Trudeau can turn this around and hang on?
It's difficult to see how he would be able to. Now, technically, there's not a mechanism in the Liberal Party for removing him if he wants to stay on. But given that we've had several caucuses, the Atlantic caucus, the Ontario caucus, and the Quebec caucuses all calling for him to step down, he's really lost the faith of the party. And then he's also faced with the possibility of losing a non-confidence vote when the House of Commons returns after January 27th. So either way, he's in some trouble, although technically he could hang on. He could even ask the Governor General for a prorogation of Parliament. That could last a number of months even, were the Governor General to grant that. So he could kind of hang on to power, but the problem is then even coming back, he still faces a non-confidence vote, and then he also is most likely to lose that in very dramatic fashion. So then kind of what's the point of hanging on?
Do you think there were any specific factors that led to the turmoil the Liberal Party is finding themselves in right now?
It's a combination of things. Trudeau has not been popular for a long time, really plummeting in popularity since 2021 in the opinion polls. And then there was a growing sense of disaffection among the Liberals that, especially with the losses in several by-elections starting over the summer, there was some real concern. And then clearly Trudeau mishandled the whole issue with Friedland and trying to shift her out and possibly bring Mark Carney in as finance minister. So really there was a kind of bungling of a couple of things there by Trudeau. And then behind that is all the worry of what's going to happen since the November election with Donald Trump and the hard line that he has indicated, in terms of tariffs with Canada. And so all of that just combines into this kind of toxic soup in terms of Trudeau's chances.
And finally, what do you anticipate this Wednesday meeting is going to be all about?
Well, they've booked a 6-hour time in this Zoom meeting or whatever online meeting, and it's hard to say exactly. I mean, I think that from the Liberal MPs' perspective, many of them are going to try to persuade Trudeau to step down. It's still not clear whether he really wants to do that. I mean, it seems like he doesn't want to do that, but really, there's a lot that is unclear about how the succession would actually go, or how, if Trudeau were to step down, how would that leadership race then actually occur? The bylaws in the Constitution of the Liberal Party indicate that there needs to be this 90-day period of people getting signatures, and then at least 90 days. They have to get those signatures in 90 days before whatever leadership vote would occur. So there's a long period of time there potentially, but there is a provision for an interim leader to be appointed, although the process there is very hazy in terms of how the bylaws spell this out. So is this going to be something where he resigns and there's an interim leader? Would he resign, but it would only be, down the road after an actual leadership vote, or is he going to try to stick it out? So really, there are a couple of options, and they're going to have to hash that out, really. But they can't technically force him out of the position. So that's one important thing to note.